I'm going to just review notes to do with observation and listening skills. So focus, first thing, attention on the right things, where your attention should be, on what. And focus is the main thing here. Why? A lot of this is complicated. The important things to focus on only. Try to focus on those rather than other things that are less important or irrelevant regarding the information that's coming in, what you're seeing, what you want, what you should be focusing on, not on the birds, not on the cars, but just focus on what you're supposed to be doing, is what you see your job is at that time, or in the context, what you're trying to work on. Just try and focus on that. Be methodological. That's you have all this time in the day, do something. Think of a way of doing something to get some progress on it. That might be helpful. What you can plan, like a plan B. It's actually quite challenging, that one, because when you got problems, maybe you need help and you've got to ask somebody for help. That's actually really challenging for some people. Other people find that easier to do. For example, if you got a flat battery and you want to ask somebody for a jump start, for some people that's quite challenging to actually go and ask somebody. Other people find it easier. So there's differences there. It seems to give different people more advantages or disadvantages. Anyway, next one. Get engaged in what you see. Think about it inside yourself, chew it over, look at different ways of looking at it, different perspectives. Just muse on it. Kind of look at it for a while and think, well, what if somehow engage with what you see. For peripheral vision, like birds and people to some degree, we can see slightly off centre. We've got the vision that normally is looking more or less in front of us, but we can see things on the side. We can see things, and that's our peripheral vision. And there's also mentally, intellectually, you can get peripheral vision when you're thinking about something. There's different things that come to mind that are sort of in the peripheral of your mind. Lots of questions are going through your mind really quickly. You're not even aware of it. Some of it's engaging in peripherals thinking. Whether that's good or not, there's different aspects of it your brain is working on. Some of it may be helpful, might be good at what your brain does, but other times not. But peripherals, looking at a wider thing, practicing observation. So you can just, I suppose you just go outside or sit inside and just look like, I'm just going to observe the room for a minute. Oh, there's that over there, and that's what that is, and you can identify, just stop and take a look at your world. Practice observing it. Different things about it, whatever, the temperature, time of day, the wind, seasons, all sorts of things you just pay attention to. Make connections and relax. Try and relax on it. Notice there's a connection between a lot of things, people and changing dynamics and that. So a lot of this is going to be really a rehash on what you've already just heard here. Look for things, novel things that are just a little bit different, out of the box. It's not always obvious. Need to hang in there till something that's not obvious comes into mind. Sometimes the natural response that takes work is irrelevant task for the question. Yeah, sometimes you got to sit back sometimes. Get engaged in something, take a different look at it. Think about the bigger picture. Yeah, think about the bigger picture. That's a good point of the situation. Is there something different in the situation than that's normal? What's the culture doing? What else is going on here in these places? The environment, you know, it's what you're observing there through your senses and that. There's a lot more there, you know, isn't there? This is just some basics about, okay, being observant in this way, like, is beneficial for what's happening in where you are in your room, or if you're reading a book, or if you're in a position looking at the window, or just watching, noticing things, details, gathering information. I'm not saying like you necessarily have to be like someone who takes down number plates or that, but just notice details, who's coming and going. I don't know, like, it's up to you how far you want to take it. And the idea is to make better decisions, you know, avoid accidents. It could be quite beneficial to be an observant person who notices things. It can help. The method and a logic, methodological, methodical. This is to think of a way to start examining a particular thing, process. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Think of a way of going through attacking some problem. I don't say this is easy. This is hard stuff. You know, people who push on these things can do these things pretty smart. Listening skills, reading skills, speaking, writing. I mean, all of these are good stuff. I mean, they say people spend a lot of time at school learning to read and write. Well, maybe we should use it more. And speaking, pick up more speaking. And if you haven't learnt to listen very much, practice listening, and just use these skills that people have for learning. So these are like skills, or to help your mind tune up, fix your mind. Maybe it helps to get these skills, learn these techniques. It ain't easy, and it's going to take a long time. It's like a lifetime goal to get better at these things. But if you're learning to use your brain a bit better than you did before, so gradually, it's good, right? There's certain things about things, like steps involved, focus on something to observe. How good is your observation? What factors are influencing how good you are at the time? How to improve those factors, get you in a better headspace, because it changes. Task yourself to do some things. Think of a way. You've got all day to think about it, to achieve something, you know, to examine something. Keep it simple. A way to spend some time management on something. You know, you're not going to, let's face it, you may not make that much progress each day, but you just do a little bit and engage in it, get some new ideas, a new range of ideas, see things that are different, that are not normal in the situation. Just get the bigger picture as you go. This is tough stuff, but it's, and your peripheral vision, you got limitations in your vision. I mean, this is part of the problem. Often we don't know what's influencing us. It's kind of clandestine, all the influences. Sometimes we don't know why it is the way it is. Things that are happening to us and we're scarcely aware of it. But you can learn more about these things. There's books, there's videos. Your mind can grow. I mean, this is education, right? You might think, oh, this is too much. No, it's just a lot of people have done it in history. You can grow, you can outgrow your limitations. Practicing, studying, be patient, enjoy it. You are who you are. You can't change who you are. You are who you are. Just be yourself. Know what you're after. Like, you need a few goals, a few plans. Know what you're after. You want to get education. You want to make yourself become the best you can be, and focus on some goals and areas that you're able to use the tools around you. It's educational, growing intellectual growth, getting wisdom, having that goal there. How to help you be a learner, learning skills. Practicing. Remember, there's a lot going on all the time. Okay, you can tune into some of it. You can observe nature, and I mean, you can look at the wind blowing and the leaves rustling through the trees. A lot of people might not care about that, but it is good to know what the weather is before you go out. Go and suss out the weather before you go out. Notice the balance, animals, plants, how different things affect different things, like bad weather. Obviously, there's not going to be so much going on in bad weather. It's outside. Tasting your cup of tea and noticing your food. Just noticing the sensory thing. I mean, noticing things like the taste of food. Well, this is like just your sensory input, isn't it? You smell, taste, eyes. Here, you're taking in sensory stuff from your five senses. The trivia method, that's called the input in the general grammar phase. So it's a real phase of just being there to absorb and kind of be a little bit active, passive student, taking it in. Using your brain as the logic part. I think this whole stuff's supposed to be helping you use your brain better. Because it ain't just the eyes. The eyes are just the eyes. Ears are just the ears. It's that the received signal. It's really people's brains and minds that use what comes into those sensory apparatus is what you're thinking about. Acquiring knowledge. It's like treasure. It's like you're finding knowledge when you find a good book, find some good teachers. It's vitamins and minerals you're listening to. You're trying to suss out what it means, trying to understand what's the history of the world, politics, the truthy movement, freedom movement, or religion, or any of these areas, any of these big areas. It's you're trying to take in the meaning and understand it better. There's a rich field of possible subjects and objects to attend to that may help you thrive, may help you just survive. Who knows? May just fill the day in and you have a good day learning. So what can go wrong here? Well, obviously our mind is your rapid thoughts. Your mind can wander. Distractions, overload, stress. Differences. There's a lot goes wrong. Actually, this is a good point. A lot makes people stupid, right? A lot. People talk about the dumbing down of schooling and stuff, because people's mind goes through chaos and it can't function, and there's reasons why people are not doing as well as they could be doing, because of probably the environment and the way it's all set up. The importance of listening. Listening is a frequent activity in the life of a person. There's appreciative. You can appreciate things. You can deliberate better. You can understand people better. You can understand the announcements you hear at the railway station or the bus. There's a lot of things that involve listening and observing better. Different types of listening, learning to make decisions. Wow. You need a certain kind of thinking about it, listening and learning to make good decisions. Our brains aren't perfect. We've got lag phases. We miss a lot. There's lag phases, falling asleep, attending to one thing and something else is going over our head. We don't comprehend it. Look, I'll be honest, I don't think our comprehension is very good as people. I mean, I know myself watching certain videos over and over, just didn't get it. And it's not until I've heard it a number of times and I'm getting it. How come I didn't get that the first 5 times I listened to it? It shows you the comprehension is just, we do actually have a comprehension problem where we've got to work on that comprehension. It's like gaining understanding. Each time you pass over a lecture, like these notes, you pick up more information. You missed the first time, you missed the 5th time, you missed the 20th time, you still didn't put it together. It's not until you've mastered something over so many times that maybe your comprehension does get a chance to grasp it. But many days you didn't. You tried to get it and you didn't. To receive something, to record it, to reproduce it, good study skills, listening, observing, constructing the meaning from the messages. Sometimes you pick up, depending on your abilities, you pick up different things from it. I suppose you're supposed to be picking up what the teacher's trying to teach you, but sometimes you'll pick up things that he didn't think of, that you're picking things up different ways. Teacher and learner responsibility. Yeah, some people aren't interested in teaching you. Some people are. The human abilities, capacities, you can train them, develop them. Hey, there you go. Bang, there's a good point. The human abilities that people have, capacities, they're different, but they're all trainable and you can developable. Some people can develop more in different areas than others. How much do you pick up from your environment? Maybe a lot less than what you believe, actually. But you can browse, you can read, you can speak, write, you can move, physical movement, socializing, communication, more or less skills, the memory, writing things down. Humans do, we use symbols, meanings. Can it get better? You can train it. It's got a lot to do with the environment too, your state of mind. Listening to people. You can have a lot of trouble here, double meanings, misunderstandings, discords, emotional problems, stress, we're not listening very well, people's heads are somewhere else in the past. You were talking about one thing and they're thinking about something else. Oh, does that happen? That's a weird one. To be making assumptions, people getting angry, long talkers. So this is about listening issues. The tone of voice, harsh or not. Oh man, egos in the way, ignoring people. So how to be a better thinker or observer rather than just be a mere onlooker. This is hard stuff. But you use these skills, you step into the situation with this in your mind, you're doing a little bit better. Your brain can really listen, and people can. You may be doing a little bit better when you can engage this way than you otherwise would if you're more passive and relaxed. So practice it, observing what's going on around you. When you're outside nature, walking along, you see what's going on around you. I mean, maybe I'm getting distracted by looking at the flowers and the trees. Maybe it's a good thing to look at them. dogs and cats and people and things. A lot goes on, doesn't it, when you're out there noticing details? You get more information. You can use that to make better decisions. You can avoid hazards. You can take photographs of your phone and look it up later, what that was, what plant that was, what mushroom that was. You know, you can examine, is it a dangerous situation? Do you need to get out of it? You need aspects, you know, skills, time, place, space. Think about it. When should you turn around and go another way? All decisions, hazards. Don't step on good glass. The banana peels. There's so much slippery surfaces. Things are moving, cars are moving, backing out of driveways. There's so much to be aware of, right? It's not always obvious. It takes a bit of effort to learn this. Can you play the game better? Can you make excellent moves? Or do you just want to do normal play? See different things in the situation. Think about the bigger picture. It can be quite hard work, disciplined work, developing these skills and habits if you want to learn these ways to observe better. Looking at more meaning, rich fields of reality, from simple to complex. Try to reduce the stress, concentration, attention. You've got to be quick sometimes to catch things moving. Or maybe you should just ignore things moving fast. I don't know. Your brain functions. You can even observe things when your eyes are closed, because you can think about things when your eyes are closed. The eye captures what it sees. May not pay attention to it. May do. You can pay more attention to it. It's your brain that does it. When you look at things, you get feelings sometimes. You can wait, watch, expecting things. You can be there for a real purpose. You're anticipating something, looking to the matter. Observation helps you avoid hazards, make good decisions. Sometimes you'll be a bit more cautious if you're wise. You'll say no. Oh, wow. We're still going on this. Being an observant person helps you notice what is going on. You can write it down on paper, because that helps you remember things. Engage yourself in activities. That's just practices, get your brain going if there's nothing to do. Extend your awareness. See the beauty. See the wonderful things in life. Your eyes are in your head. It's your head, you know. I suppose it's what's going on in your head that matters. All right. Well, good decisions. You can make good decisions. Hopefully, you'll make better ones through doing studies like this. And to better quality judgments. What are you looking for? What is it you're after with anything? All these questions, there's a lot of questions that come to mind. In fact, there's some good lists of questions if you're interested, actually. There's a lot going on. Sometimes, you know, you can see several things in 5 seconds if you're observing good. But appearances can be deceptive. So observe better. Because your brain's got to change. Sometimes looking at one way at something, information from the world. It's not used to seeing things a little bit different. So analysing things, errors. People talk about brain function that's quicker, slower. So fast data perception, or slow data thinking, you know. The brain's just really dynamic. It reads. Human brains are really reading the situation quite well in different ways, and in other ways not very well. The brain's got a lot of faults, biases. We're prone to believing fallacies, using fallacies. Our brain may not even be taking it in very well. We're getting the wrong idea, wrong sort of conceptions and perceptions, and we're not perfect. We're far from perfect at doing things. I mean, with our brain and our hands and that. But we've got skills, right? We can improve them. Some people are just brilliant at it. Most people are not too good at it. Like some people are better. You can work on it. So your attention, time spent on studying and focusing on it and fixing your mind on it. Think of a way to do it. Get something done. Design something to do. You got all day. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Don't do things that are going to get you in big trouble. Just think of a way to get from plan A, plan B. Don't just look at it. Take a fresh look at it. You know, take your time on it. Look at the picture a bit more and think about the problem. Bring things into sharper perception. I guess you've really got to get engaged with your senses to get a better perception. But you're a human. You're a learner. Human beings are good at learning. So we can do this stuff. Learning. Well, human beings we're good at learning apparently, and our body and brain is suitable for learning compared to other animals. So there's so much going on. Can practice observation, observe nature, the motions. There's so much there, right? So many subjects and so many people. So hopefully you can improve this kind of stuff. If you're kind of a bit loose and roaming too much, fix your attention on the speaker, on the message, or on the book you're reading. Get a fixed mode to receive the messages. Go to the public library to read a book. That's a good place to read a book because it's all set up for reading a book. So you might get half an hour reading in the library fairly easy. If you go in there, sit down with the book, put your mind on the book, keep reading and turning the pages and reading those lines. You'll get half an hour reading that book. Guarantee you, you'll get some good reading time in the public library. Maybe it'll be better than at home, or maybe home's better for you. Maybe listen to your iPod. Look for the important data, not the unimportant. Pick your teachers well. This is a big space here because there are some wise people that are just wiser and better than other people at understanding and teaching you the subject. So you got to pick you got to fix your attention on what you're doing, what you're reading, who you're listening to. Listen to the messages. I'm almost done here, but we'll think of a way to be consistent with it. A method, methodical, a consistent method. Like this is why people are pushing the trivium, classical trivium method, liberal learning method, where you study general grammar, you study logic, and you study rhetoric. Those three subjects, because it's hacking into the way we take in sensory, we perceive sensory information, we think about it, we do something with it. That general grammar, logic, rhetoric, the trivium method's set up to be a consistent model. So what a way to learn. So it's a bit like, you know, those skills, like if you go to an encyclopedia and you look up something in the index or look something up in a dictionary, a reference point, and then take that to another. That's like a consistent, it's a skill. And I guess the trivium's a 1, 2, 3 step consistent methodical skill. First you're going for this, the raw data, who, what, where and when. Then you're looking at the more why part of it, you're trying to think about it, and then the how, the doing part. So it's hacking into that input processing and then doing, your brain uses it. That's what the trivium method's hacking in, to give you a consistent way of trying to approach to learning. Like this stuff I'm teaching, there's a consistency, a methodical approach to learning, a way to learn, learning to learn, the tools of learning. Some approaches that can be consistent, designed to help you to consistently learn. You've learned how to learn and you can keep going at it. I ain't saying it's easy, you know it ain't easy. So these are skills, and once you develop these skills, it's valuable to you to learn things. Maybe it's valuable in your jobs and other things you might want to do. Maybe it's valuable, depends what you're into. Valuable to get money. Maybe you're not that kind of person. It's valuable to help you self-develop in your own way. But these are consistent, methodical way of learning that human beings have learned, and this is something to learn here. A methodical way. Now, like the scientific method, it's a method, methodical, isn't it? They've got a certain way of taking it, doing it, taking it in, thinking about it, doing things. These methodical ways of learning and thinking. Yes. Oh, really obvious thing about your eyes, observation. It's the sunlight, comes down from the sky, down onto the earth. Objects are illuminated by that light. We can identify these objects, put names on them, nouns, labels. So focus, you're concentrating your energies on the thing. You're going to make ground progress with that, on the book, on the subject, the speaker, their activity. You focus in on them. Keep it going in that direction. Hold that thread, hold your attention to the speaker or to the book over time. It's really hard to do. I find it hard to do. Otherwise, if you're not strengthening this, you've got the attention of a goldfish, which is you can only focus on something for 3 seconds or something. You want to focus, you want to be able to put your attention, hold your attention on the book or the tutor for an hour, 2 hours, or longer if you can. This is that you can turn your phone off so you're not getting distracted. Every time your phone rings, it's distracting you to pick it up. Shut the door so you don't hear other things. One task at a time. Narrow your attention tunneling on purpose by yourself so you can learn more of that in that time period. Right? Methodological. A way of doing something, to examine and learn about things, a process, so that you move from it methodically, like 1, 2, 3 step. Improve your comprehension, learn new words. Repetition's useful. You can struggle with it. Basically, a little plan, working at it. Plan what you need to do. Tools and how to get there. Speak it out. Write it down. Imagine it. Read it. Memory card. There's all sorts of things. You just want to have a method to keep going at it. Right? I ain't saying it's easy. This is taxing. But and engage with it. Engage. People engage, they talk about engagement when they start talking with other people. To approach the thing, to attack the problem, to engage with what you see and hear, a person or information, data, to change it, to change yourself. Think about the bigger picture, where you can see the points, other people's points of view, patterns. Watch what's going on. Reflect on it. Get lost into the job things are scattered. Knowledge may be scattered in books. Go and find the books. Go and find the books where that knowledge is that you want to know. Or go and find the people you need to talk to find that value. Sometimes you might find nothing. Sometimes you might find, go and search for it as gold and silver. Like, get wisdom, get involved. Things are going on. Use peripheral vision. So you can use your body to move around and see what's on the out there. Like, that's peripheral, right? Something out there. Riding the bike. You know, different steps in any of these areas of life. You use your feet where you're sitting. Sit up at the front. Sit over on the stairs. So just try and use different ways, your vision, peripheral vision, and also in your brain about where these subjects, how that plugs in with that subject, or that author, that teacher's teaching something similar to this one, or there are similarities in it. Okay, patience. You need patience. This is where we mustn't race. See, I'll probably have a rest after talking today. We need patience. Practice it. Be patient. Rest. A lot goes on. Practice can make it natural. You improve your observation skills naturally by practice. Here we go. Your perceptions from your sensory organs. Be aware, be wise, watch. So we're running through this topic. We're getting it down. Know what you're looking for. When you're studying, you know, you got to chew on it. Some things you might not need to chew on. What you're looking for before you go, what do you already know about it? So you're using your brain powers, you know. Listening. There's phases where we're not listening. There's the 80-20 rule, where you're focusing on the 20% of the important stuff. Stuff we can get quite stimulated. It can be quite good. If we're too stimulated, maybe it's not too good. There's noise, emotional problems, toxic things go on, disordered. You know, human beings have a lot of problems here. You're trying to just help yourself, gently control yourself. Might seem a lot's against you, the world's against you, a lot's annoying you. Just you've got to make decisions and look after yourself there. We're getting there. So who are we? It's who we are. Our head is working, mind is working, our senses. Do you want to improve these abilities and skills? Yeah. So we're almost finished here. These are my notes and stuff on this subject. Also, your lifestyle. Gradual change happens probably a lot because of how your lifestyle is. Your life changes partly because of time, you can't help it, but your lifestyle will produce gradual change. You want to sleep better, reduce stimulation before bed, be active during the day, walk, reduce alcohol, keep learning, improve your thinking, have faith in God, eat well, fruit, veggies, meat, reduce sugar, good for the quality of life. There's a little bit of a bonus extra there. Other things, people talk about time management, your goals, visions, 20 years, 1 year, long-term visions, to just things that are happening this week, or the next 100 things you're going to do, like doing the dishes. So much. You can collect what's coming in, clarify it, identify it, process it, organise it, get it done, review it weekly. I mean, this is hard stuff to do. scheduling tasks, putting them on the calendar, workflow. I will admit this is really hard and I'm not very good at this stuff. But you know, your attitude makes a difference. Yeah, I better just leave it at that. Thought I'd go over my notes on the stuff, you know. Yeah, observational listening skills, right? It's easy to drop the focus. Takes energy, effort, and skill. Stimulus, you're responding to it. Hopefully, this has helped. You're the person shaping your life. I hope to put you in the driver's seat, that you're writing your own script in life and thinking for yourself. You can learn more skills with your hands, with your brain, human things. Best I can do there. I hope it's helped you to click some information, and I will tell you before I go where the original lectures came from. Now, I should do that because I've got to give the credit to the person who for the most part, taught these lectures, right? So, if you'll hang in there. Now, I hope this is going to show, and I don't know if the camera is going to show it this way. So we're looking at the person here, Dr. Shiva, S-H-I-V-A. Middle name is a long name, C-H-A-N-D-R-A-S-H-E-K-H-A-R, and the surname is Aithal, A-I-T-H-A-L. Now, he's Assistant Professor, PhD, Microbiology. He's in the Department of Microbiology at DNYANOPASAKSHIKSHANMANDALS College of Arts, Commerce and Science. P.O. Box number 54, Jintur Road, Parabani, P-A-R-B-H-A-N-I, 431401 MS, Department of Microbiology at rediffmail.com. And Shiva Aithal's own email address, shiva@rediffmail.com. And this, I learned this first from YouTube. He's got a channel on there. I think it's Dr. Shiva Aithal, and the lecture's called Observation and Listening Skills. And what I can also tell you about him is he's written some books. And I got in contact with him and I bought one of his books. That's the one on listening. It's very good. Shiva Aithal and Sunil Modak, a short course on effective listening. It's called Don't Talk, Listen. He's also got a book called The Untaught Science of Skill Building, out of syllabus, Dr. Shiva Aithal. Apparently this is a book that his son wrote called The Drought Within. His son is Ganesh Shiva Aithal. So yeah, and he's got lots of other books. That's where I first learned this information that I studied and took notes on, that I just presented in my own way there. So yeah, that tells you about the material, where it came from, and crediting Professor Aithal there. Cool.